Do you remember in 2007 we won the 2020 World Cup?
It's gone to the boundary like a tracer bullet. Dhoni finishes off in style. India lift the World Cup. After 28 years, the parties start in the dressing room. And it's an Indian captain who's been absolutely magnificent in the night of the final.
You'll be surprised to know 3-4 things. We did not win Best Bowler award. We did not win Most Wicket Taker Bowler. We did not win Highest Run Scorer. We did not win any critical award in that World Cup. You know why? In my life till date, I've always thought two things about myself. One, am I made for a specific thing which I can do, or am I supposed to do only vanilla things in my life? Can I do something which others are unable to do and the others fail in it, and maybe I have that skill set of breaking that path and do better than what somebody else cannot do? Let me elaborate that. For me, in my career, when it started, I always thought I don't have fear of failure. Maybe by the family background, I come from a humble background of a place called Bikaner in Rajasthan, which where I studied and then came out. It says that there is only upside in life. There is no downside in life at all from there. Why not build it up from there? On that note, let me move towards maybe my favorite topic all the time when I use is cricket. In India, cricket is like a religion, not a sport. I'm sure, like me, all of you like it as well. Think about it. You watch 50 over one day cricket match, and then in that cricket match, you have three different power plays. When you have three different power plays, you have 1 to 10 over, which is like field restricted, and there are only two fielders outside the circle, and the batsman is trying to score as many runs as possible in the first 10 overs. From 11 to 25, he tries to build up the score, studies the inning, and try to remain on the pitch and scoring ones and twos and fours and sixes as per the opportunities coming to him. Then he tries to make runs from 25 to 40 and gets prepared for the final 10 overs, which are power play again, which means that you are again going to hit big. On that note, in that light, let me move to my first point of today's talk, is the point productivity. A pinch hitter or a hitter is supposed to hit as many runs as possible in those power plays, which means he's supposed to be the most productive in that period. Let's go to a corporate executive life. Two corporate executives of exact similar kind in nature, exact skill sets, but one outperforms the other one. Why? If you find this why, the answer of this why is that the other gentleman who is doing better is more productive. He produces more in the time which is allotted vis-a-vis the other person. That's where I'm saying productivity becomes very important in corporate life. You look at this way. What's the formula of productivity then? In my view, productivity formula, which I read and practiced for a long time, is 3-3-3, which means that 3 hours a day you have to do what is most important, the priority, and you have to practice that and close it. Next 3 hours are for the work which you have been maybe delaying, avoiding to complete. And the third 3 hours are basically for the purpose of maintenance, which means you're supposed to complete existing pendencies and just close it out. So that's where these 3-3-3 are very important if you really want to be successful in a long period of time. But also remember, when you consistently do this, you'll also find that you burn out, you get tired, which also means to break that monotony, you need breaks. Breaks means enjoy those breaks. Enjoy break with your family, enjoy break from your work. Do something. If it's a short break, long break, doesn't matter. The break is important because that enhances your productivity on a longer course of time. And that is what makes you or rejuvenates you to get prepared for next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever you're coming to. Also remember, that's the time when you try to create yourself really, really hungry for the next goal. That leads me to only one thing, a right message when it comes to the word productivity: remain focused on productive, not busy. So from here, let's move to the next point with a couple of questions in my mind. One, have you ever paid 12-month gym membership and never went to the gym for the next 12 months? Have you ever done a mistake by not filing income tax for the financial year in time and you paid the fees, a penalty for it? Or have you ever delayed in submitting, in my corporate world, uh, a local conveyance file and it got penalized by the finance people? This happens, right? Let me confess honestly, I have practiced all this and I've always delayed, and this is what my learning is. You know why this happened? It's a typical case of procrastination, which means that you have fear of failure, you have a reason to avoid it because you don't want to do it. Maybe you don't, not meeting expectations is another challenge in your mind. What it should do? Can you continue to procrastinate, or you try and improvise by setting deadlines? You putting reminder in your mobile that this is work has to finish, or this is where I need to do in time without any delay. And last but not the least, is big solution is any work which is within 2 minutes can be finished, should be finished now. काल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब, पल में प्रलय होएगा, बहुरी करेगा कब. Have you found people in that note, people who go to the escalator? Have you seen people going to the escalator or maybe travelator? I was at the airport in the morning today. I was watching a person standing just before the travelator and was not ready to step on. You know why? It's a serious case of fear of failure because he doesn't know. And lakhs of people in India do that, including my mother, which means that fear of failure holds you back and you actually procrastinate. And the moment a family member pushes you, you'll find a solution and you'll be there for sure. You will actually find it. In this world, let me give you some personalities who are serious procrastinators. Number one is US President, ex-US President Bill Clinton. He was a permanent procrastinator, technical procrastinator, he's being termed as by Times Magazine. Second one is Steve Jobs. Many collaborators told him that he's a serious procrastinator. Third person, you'll be surprised to hear, Dalai Lama. He himself termed himself as a lazy person many a times. And maybe another example is our own Bollywood celebrity Vicky Kaushal. He himself termed as to be a procrastinator. I'm only trying to tell you is that in this world of procrastination, do not try to do that because too much of analysis leads to paralysis. In my view, being a corporate executive, the only thing is be a doer. Don't just be a thinker. That brings me to my third point specifically, which says do more with less. That's efficiency. We talked about productivity, we talked about procrastination, now we reach to efficiency. Investment efficiency, I'm from financial markets, we talk about risk, return, and cost of managing it as a structure, and that is what makes it interesting, and you have to be efficient in managing that business. What it also leads to is when you go to office, you can take the bus and you can be effective. But what's more important is if you take the car, you can be more efficient. You can reach quicker and faster. Let's move towards work-life efficiency. On a work efficiency, maybe when you go to office, all the processes, all the work processes have a set approach given by the management. You just follow that. Once you follow that, you have ability to complete it in time. There is no doubt about it. But having said that, if your tech solutions or an IT infrastructure is enabled well, maybe you can complete the same tasks, same processes much faster because of automated routes given to you. And that is what is very important in today's world as well. You will also find that an interesting example of maybe a Formula One race. Since 1950, you've seen Formula One race to be very, very important. One of the most sought after sport in the world, which spends all teams put together spends around $3 billion worldwide. They race at a highest speed of 360 kilometers per hour. They also spend a lot of fuel on it, but it's not about going fast. What they say, this sport is a hotbed of innovation with fuel efficiency. Why? Because if they carry more fuel, the car gets high on weight, which is not good when they're racing the car, obviously. So CO2 emissions have made the people or the owners look at efficiency better, which means that it's very important to that. Last but not the least, to take the same example of Formula One saying that change over time, have you ever noticed? The 24 people, when the changeover comes in the pit stop, you'll find they take at times less than 2 seconds to quickly change the tire for the Formula One racer. Which means if we all want, we don't need to be sufficient, we have to be efficient. And that is what makes it very interesting, a topic called efficiency. This leads me to the next and the last part of my talk, which says that if Mumbai Dabbawalas, a community which is being followed, they are the ones who gets you the bus from home to workplace and in a most efficient manner in Mumbai. This means that 5,000 semi-literate people, untrained typically, follow a management structure to carry these 2 lakh dabbas every day to the workplace and return back to home. Imagine dabbawalas are a six Sigma certified people making just 6 mistakes out of 13 million transactions. It's unimaginable without having any management jargons with them. They are the people who have a very strong and a very stout, very flat structure with 3 tier structure, talking about individual groups and the teams. That's what they do. And they are the people who manage everything: operations, customer service, quality, compensation, recruitment, everything around it. Why am I talking about Mumbai Dabbawalas? We talked about they are the ones who match the same PPE. They are the examples of productivity. They are the best in terms of their productivity every day. They are the ones who do not delay any decision making. So, hence, they don't procrastinate at all. And with 5,000 people working together every day in any conditions of weather, they are the ones who are most efficient in this world. Hence, they are also being covered by Howard for their case study. I'm only trying to tell you is this is where we have to learn why PPE is important. Having said that, do you remember in 2007 we won the 2020 World Cup under our captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni? And you'll be surprised to know 3 4 things. We did not win best bowler award. We did not win most wicket taker bowler. We did not win highest run scorer. We did not win any critical award in that World Cup. You know why? We still won the World Cup, which means that as a team, we were the most productive team. We did not procrastinate any decision under the captain MS Dhoni. And because we were the most efficient team, finally we won the World Cup because we worked as a team and the team efficiency was right on top for them. I'm only saying this that all this PPE is very important. So please practice diligently and learn the differentiating factor of all three: productivity, procrastination, and efficiency. Because finally, hard work is important, but within that, this is the most important part. Thank you very much.